they have a hard time keeping relationships, or maybe they have a hard time relating to a lot of people, or maybe they have a hard time feeling like they even belong in the world sometimes. Or maybe it's like, where are your people? Like, where are the ones that are in it through it all, you know? And I just want to add some reprieve to that feeling, to anybody who may be feeling that way, because there is a massive purpose and reason why you've experienced and why you continue to experience certain dynamics and relationships in this lifetime in the world. And I want to express this through my own parable. Currently, there's been a bit of an awakening in the way in which I understand my energetic presence in other people's lives. And I've known this for a little while now, but actually seeing it kind of like in action, and not really being able to, obviously we can't even really control anything regardless, but it makes me feel a little helpless sometimes when the energy it's just the energy. And sometimes it can feel really misunderstood even by my own perspective, or perception rather, because if I were to be in like a limited space in my mentality, I would associate the experience of not having certain dynamics thrive, or being in certain relationships, or feeling connected to certain people, because it's like there's something wrong with me. Or, ooh, that's a really old one, but still like, oof, we love her. Or feeling like I'm so completely misunderstood, or like it's my fault, or whatever the case would be. Input your limiting belief there. But, okay. There's so many directions I wish to take this, but I'm going to try and make it as streamlined as possible to get to the point, because it's already 3 minutes in. Woo! For people who, okay, let me reframe, because I was going on the direction in which I wanted to share something about my experience that might help you. Okay. And just for the sake of sharing, because it's not something I like make super public all the time, but on the very core fundamental level of my energetic presence within people's lives, what I've understood is I typically come into people's lives when they are ready to expand, when they are moving through an upgrade shift in their consciousness, meaning they probably likely just went through a trauma or are healing trauma, and or they're ready to accept the piece of themselves that have kept them limited so that they can grow and heal and evolve. So usually my energy tends to stir up something in others that creates almost like this catalyst of sorts, where they recognize the mirror reflection that they can either allow and accept that there's something different to or something more even remembered within themselves that is asking them to create change in their life. And how this is playing out this year, and it has been at rapid speed, mind you, has already shown its face in 3 different connections, as well as my parents. Some of you don't know this. I'm currently living with my parents right now. As I moved back from Hawaii, I came back to stay with them so that I can kind of rebuild myself and move along from there. Well, the energy that I know that my parents were comfortable in before I arrived, it was comfortable for them. After I arrived, they're not living so comfortably. And that's not because I'm there being a pain in their rear end. It's not that energy. It's, I came from what I know to be one of the most powerful, not powerful, like, oh, high and mighty, like an intense self-realization space. Then to coming to the mainland, which is already kind of at like a denser level of being. Then to also come back to my parents' house, which, funny enough, one of the things that Ram Dass speaks on, and also, again, those of you who don't know, I was at the Ram Dass house in Maui for 2 months, as well as being on another island in Hawaii for an additional 2 months, but actually 3 months on Maui, but two months in the Ram Dass house, which I'm so grateful and fortunate for. But Ram Dass says, if you think you've been enlightened, go spend a week at your parents' house. Food for thought. So not only is it providing me a space to continue to implement the wisdom, the practices, and the tools that I've gained over the years, and the place in my heart which knows and resonates with the very thing that makes me who I am in this lifetime, as well as like being a connected being to something greater, whatever that greater is. It's connecting me there. And what I mean by being on Maui and in the Ram Dass house was, it was like the truest essence of that feeling that I've always known within me to be real and true, just at a very heightened awareness and self-actualization, knowing that I'm human incarnate. And all of that can sound very far out, as they say, which I definitely understand and know. So thank you for sticking in there with me as I stir the sacred salad of understanding. Sprinkle some croutons and some Parmesan on top. So those of you who feel maybe unrelatable, or like things just don't work out for you in relationships long term, or maybe you just can't find your people, or maybe you feel misunderstood so much so that it's safe for you to just stay home. Whatever your experience is, the roundabout thing that I wanted to say about all of this is you, me, and our collective resonance of this energy, we hold the key to a lot of things that are extremely misunderstood. And it's okay to be you, as well as knowing that we're not separate from the people, places, and experiences that support us in this lifetime. And it's like hard to grasp because we know we're so deserving of those good feelings and those relationships and the experiences, right? And sometimes it just feels like you just get to scratch a little bit of that. You just get to scratch it just a little bit. And it's all purposeful. It's all purposeful because what you are able to do in this lifetime is so necessary and has been so necessary for the evolution of consciousness that is supporting us. What I feel in my nervous system feels like returning to heart center unity consciousness. And at least that's just the degree in which I can even bring to like words and to express. Because even if I try to claim that belief, like that still puts me in a limited box. So I just want you to understand, or I just want you to feel and intuit what it is that I'm saying that feels for you, because that could mean something else totally, completely for you. And it's all right. It's all right. Like, like your version of that is true. My version of that is true. Somebody else's version of that is true. All of it is true. So, wow. I did go really far out in a long period of time, but everything that I'm trying to say for the people who it will make sense for and what you will understand about yourself is, it is hard. It is a challenge to know that you are experiencing something that not many people can understand, because you view it from the zoomed out lens and the zoom out perspective that like it is purposeful, but it doesn't make it easier being who you are. But it also doesn't mean that you have to fall victim to feeling like you can't thrive, or feeling like it will never change, or thinking that whatever everyone else around you experiences, like how come they get to experience maybe the more fruitful joys, carelessness, maybe sometimes ignorant bliss of the things that maybe it, like, you wouldn't want it anyway, but you know it would be easier to not know what you know, and then also just be the people who are maybe like, I mean, we really don't know. It probably wouldn't be easier, because it seems like right now, currently, my experience, especially with like seeing my parents going through what they're going through, not to dump so much on the interwebs about it, because it's normal stuff, normal marriage stuff, but to experience from the zoomed out perspective of how I'm seeing it and what is actually happening, it's like, that shit looks hard too. Like, you think it's hard for me? That shit looks hard too. But wouldn't it be easier to just like play ignorant? Wouldn't it just be easier to like not know what you know, and then also get the benefit of having relationships or people that are there? Like, it's not like you or I are alone. Like, we have the deeper understanding that like we're never alone, because we're not separate. But sometimes you consider, sometimes you wonder, wouldn't it just be easier if blah blah blah. So anyway, I don't know if that means anything to anyone, because I really don't know if I even said everything that I really wanted to say, but I want to keep it I guess, short. I don't know how long I'll be able to post this, but I hope that touches somebody's heart, just knowing that, like, you're not alone in this. Just to keep going and to stay strong and to keep shining your light, because it will eventually, time and time and over and over and over again, bring you to the people, places, and experiences that will feel so magical, mystical, and wonderful that you'll get to really savor those moments when they do happen. And even in the process, knowing that you can savor everything that you're doing right now in this moment, and then every moment therein and thereafter, just because you know how powerful feeling gratitude is, and how it can support you in transforming all of the things that you know that don't even really serve you right now, and keeping you in those limited spaces. So just remember that you're not alone if it feels like that. And also, things are always changing. Nothing stays the same. Things are always evolving one day to the next. And that you are a purposeful, powerful being in this lifetime. Whoa, Jesus Christ. Purposeful, powerful being in this lifetime that is super necessary, and you are so important, and you are meant to be here, and we need you here, and we need you here. We need you here. So thank you for your service, your selfless service that sometimes, a lot of times, probably most of the time, goes unnoticed. But know that I feel you, because I feel the same. But we're all doing this dance, and it's just so worth it to know that things do transform faster than we can even perceive. So just stay the course, stay present with your gratitude in every single moment that you can, by remembering all of whatever maybe touched you in this moment on this drive while I've been talking. Even though everything doesn't have to land for you, even though everything doesn't have to resonate for you, just trust maybe the one thing that sat with you just a little bit deeper, that made your ears perk just a little bit higher, and just use that as the feeling of comfort and knowing that you are so very purposeful and needed in this lifetime. Keep doing you. I see you. I love you. And until next time, peace. Namaste.